You know who you are? You're in the Guns and Radio podcast, baby. You're gonna die.
It's episode number 29 of the Guns and Radio podcast. As always, I'm Chris Caputo.
And I'm Dustin Bonez. Welcome to your bonus show. You know what? Let's go ahead and just turn that music right on off, because we're not going to fade out into commercial this time like we normally do. So, you guys, we asked you to vote. Caputo, do you remember doing this?
Oh, yeah. I'm the one who posted this poll on Twitter, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Hang on, let me hit the get your shit together button.
Get your shit together.
Now, you guys voted. You did what we asked you to do, and you chose mystery guest. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us to introduce the mystery guest. Why don't you do the honors, Mr. Caputo?
If you're a hardcore GNR fan, you'll definitely know this name. Please welcome Mr. Rick Dunsford.
What's up, Rick? Did we lose him?
Oh, I did. Oh.
Holy shit.
Is he here?
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Oh, phew.
What's up, guys?
Oh, not much, man. How you been lately? We haven't heard from you in a little while.
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just gearing up for the next tour. And just living, being a dad and just going to work, the normal life right now.
I feel you. Are you excited about the upcoming 2020 tour?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
And that's the first time as a fan I've ever said that. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm not too excited for it. And I'm really debating on if I really want to spend that much money to go see it just to be kicked out possibly. So I'm on the fence. I don't know. Right now it's a yes, but I don't know. I really want to see a release or something.
Man, let me ask,
to justify spending it.
I got you. Let me ask you about that. When you got kicked out, what did they give you your money back? Like, were you able to get a refund on that ticket? What exactly? How were they able to justify that?
Well, when I initially asked for the refund, Gio told me to count my losses and to get out of here. And I called the venue because when I purchased tickets, it was actually through the venue itself. So they said that Guns N' Roses has a strict policy on no refunds. And I told them that, yeah, go ahead.
No, I just said hi.
Yeah, so pretty much it's right. When they told me that, I explained to them that I bought a ticket and I'm not allowed to come into the show by Guns N' Roses. So what's going to happen with this refund? How's this going to happen? They gave me a number to a VIP lounge, which is someone, I assume it's someone with Team Brazil that was running the show.
Uh-huh.
But after the video went online and me and Fernando were fighting back and forth through emails, I finally was able to get a refund processed just for the ticket. But I was still out. I took off work for it, and then I also had to pay for my flight.
So after some people were looking then, and they had a little more eyes going on the situation, they couldn't get away with some of the shit they were getting away with. Pretty much. Pretty much it right there. And in the video, whenever he's actually speaking to me, they had well, I'll tell you this. In one of the emails that I got, from GNR's camp, they told me that they have a witness that says that I instructed my friend to videotape them talking to me, so that it, and I told him, I don't see what the big deal is. Yeah, I did instruct someone to videotape me whenever Gio wanted me to come over there. Damn right. That big son of a bitch. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with him.
So whenever he was telling me that, there was actually only one person who saw that happen. That there was only one person who heard me tell my friend to record that. So, and he's just one of those guys that rides the rail every night at most of the shows,
Yeah.
And so people were criticizing me for getting VIP and having my name on some list that they can find me easily, regardless or not, they were going to find me at that show because when I got in line, there was already people turning my name into them already instantly.
Right. So, do we want to talk about the follow-up shows or anything like that, or do we just want to leave that alone?
The follow-up shows?
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna pause. Okay, recording. Okay, recording again. Yeah, okay, fuck that, never mind. Sorry about that. Let's just say follow Rick on Twitter, everybody, for some more adventures and photos.
Yeah, there'll be more adventures definitely coming with this North America tour. I mean, I would say there's 3 possible dates I'm looking at that I want to go to, and if they release something new, I will be there in a heartbeat at all 3 of them. If not, I have to seriously consider that one show I will go to. Yeah.
I'm about in the same camp at this point. Like ever since the reunion, it just feels like I've seen it. Like I've seen this show.
It wasn't like back in like 2011 and 2012 were my favorite years of seeing this band. And
mine
a lot of people hate it too because it wasn't Slash, but I actually preferred what Guns was doing back then to opposed to what they're doing now with the same shit. But like I remember back at the 2012 residency that you remember I met Izzy earlier in the day, then later on didn't you meet him as he was walking to the stage, walking for a sound check or something? Yeah,
while we were eating at the Pink Taco. I've actually told that story on here before. I'll just kind of give you the bullet points.
Yeah.
He got lost and he couldn't find sound check, and I had to show him where sound check was.
That's right. I was just thinking about that earlier today, man.
Yeah, man, we had such a good time going to shows. Rick and I have been to shit, I don't even know how many, at least 8 or 9 together.
Yeah. Atlanta, Nashville, Chicago, Vegas, Kansas City. I don't know. I think it might have been more, man.
Kansas City a couple of times. There's 4 shows in Vegas. I can think of off the top of my head, maybe more. I don't know. I'd have to really dig deep and think about it. Off the top of my head, I can think of 4 times in Vegas, twice in Kansas City, and twice in Atlanta.
So then we do Nashville and Chicago too.
Right. Yes, and Texas,
San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Me and this guy used to go all over the place together, and we'll talk about that in a second. Is there anything else that you want to talk about the stuff that people are expecting to hear from this podcast when it comes to the banning and the leaks and everything like that? Is there any further new updates on that?
I will say one thing about the situation right here. There's been one person that's been following this whole story harder than others, and it's the one who's gained the most, more than anyone out of this, and that's Mr. Robert in Virginia. Now, I want to say, Robert, I know you will be listening, and I hope you got the IRS tip submitted about the tax invasion, and fuck you very much.
He's actually put out his own podcast. I don't know if it's still up or not. That website has been taken down. It became something about some kind of bed bugs or some shit.
Some other fucking scam bullshit.
And then it went away. But when you put your name out there as a host of a podcast, then
it's a top-rated podcast, is what the description said. I believe it was a top-rated podcast.
That's like how we call this an award-winning podcast. Which
soon to be.
Yeah, that podcast was. I don't even know if it had any listeners. Honestly, I think you guys are the only ones I've met that, other than myself, that's really heard it. So
Hey, it was still out there. It was still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out because he claims that there's one thing he claimed about the whole situation that he said he never sold me the copies of a thumb drive. He said the thumb drive he sold me was actually just came out of the locker like as is, and he sold it to me that way.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the images on it, it has his apartment as the GPS location on the pictures attached to it. Then you've got the text messages, and then in the text messages, he even talking about how he bought the USB and put everything in folders for me and took pictures of the front and back. So he's really trying to play this angle that he did not sell any copies or nothing whatsoever.
Yeah, and if you listen to the podcast, we've already talked about the podcast on this show before. His story doesn't really line up with what's been put out there already.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was all right at first when I met him, but he just, I don't know. I remember he kept texting me after I bought the stuff, trying to sell me more stuff. And, he even claimed that he was getting more material from Zutod at one point. That's what he was saying. But I don't know, man. The dude, he sent me some text, some threatening text at one point after his number got out there. And so I haven't really spoken to him since he sent the threatening text. And after he saw that I got banned from the shows, he was trying to troll me a little bit.
Yeah.
And just made I don't know, he's just mad that he says he had like 500 people call him already wanting to buy this material. I don't know what the deal is, but I did buy it from him. So, and I know at least one other person that did.
Right. Chris, do you have anything further you want to ask that I haven't thought of yet about this?
You pretty much hit the nail on the head with what I wanted to ask too. You covered it all, Dustin. So I mean, I'm
Good deal.
All right,
Yeah.
good. Now let's stop beating that dead horse and let's move forward.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun for a little while, man. We still got a little bit of extra time here. Let me ask you something, man. When did you I've said before on the show that I got into GNR as hard as I am now after going with you to Atlanta the first time.
Yep.
When was your first experience of going to see GNR? What got it rolling for you?
It actually started with an ass fucking, believe it or not.
Oh my God.
What I mean,
Well,
no, it was that. No, it was actually no, the way I felt like it was because well, all right, listen, all right, so back in
Holy shit.
all right, there you have it, folks. We'll see you next week.
all right, and that's the cliffhanger, All right, so back in 2000 I forgot what fucking year. Hold up. All right, 2002. I had tickets to see Guns in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I want to say Charlotte, North Carolina. I believe it was. It wasn't a whole lot of dates, but then the whole Philadelphia incident happened, and like a week before those shows, it was canceled. But but leading up to this point, like I was always like obsessed with this band, since like I don't know, right around Terminator. That's because I was born in '86, so
yeah,
I couldn't really get into the early stuff right at an early age, really. So, but I didn't get to see them in the '90s at all. So, whenever I saw the Biloxi and that North Carolina date, I believe it was Charlotte. I'm gonna have to go look on that. But those shows got canceled a week before, and I did not get to see them. So, in 2006. Well, they're coming back. They got another U.S. tour, and I had tickets to go see them in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, it was like a week before that show. That show got canceled. It was like that one and one other show got canceled. So, so that's where I'm talking about being fucked really hard with this, man, because I haven't been able to see them. So when the album finally dropped, I'm thinking like, well, they're not going to cancel these shows. You know, when their next shows they do, they're not going to cancel it because they're going to really try to push this album. So, and then 2009 there wasn't really a whole lot going on until the end, and then in 2010 they did that little Canada tour, and I actually drove up to Canada with my wife, and I had another friend that went, and we went to Hamilton and London, Ontario, for January 24th and January 25th of 2010, and that they played. Actually did a little asshole song on the piano, and they also played twice at Hamilton. So those were pretty cool shows. Nice. That was the first time I really got to meet Ron. So yeah, that was my first experience.
Yeah. Now Ron made all of these shows for us. I will say he really went above and beyond, and I'm sure he would have done this for anybody. But when we were going to these shows, part of the fun was up there and interacting with Buckethead fucking Bumblefoot, because he recognized us and he would play with us from time to time.
I'll tell you what, another cool story that I enjoyed, it was the can. You remember that one?
Let me defend myself.
Go ahead.
Let me defend myself on this.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Okay, so about every 2 or 3 years, ever since this has happened, every couple of years, I'll be scrolling along Facebook and I'll get a notification and somebody will have tagged me. And it's always just a few people that know the joke, but will have tagged me in a picture of a Monster can sitting on the ground. And it's the picture that I shared. Because we were in Atlanta, Georgia, and we brought probably 4 or 5 Monster Energies with us to keep us through the day, and a few bottles of water. And homeless people kept coming by while we weren't looking, and they would steal our drinks. Like, you'd set it down on the steps for just a second, and the next thing you know, you look and you go to reach for it, and it wasn't there. And there was always the same 3 dudes that would always be walking by drinking it as they were leaving. And I guess they were homeless. They could have just been fucking crazy.
No, these guys were definitely homeless, and these were like the king size Monster cans too.
Yeah, the big
these were, the ones that last. So we're like in Atlanta at I don't remember which one it was, but we were in Atlanta, I think, at 2012 Up Close show.
It was the one that we didn't have tickets to, and we won tickets out the radio while we were waiting in line.
Yeah, we made a terrace video and won tickets.
This guy had posted a contest for tickets to Guns N' Roses in Atlanta, and he wanted you to make a video explaining why you should win. So Rig and I took his little puppy Rocket, who was the cutest little dog you ever seen, and we dressed up like terrorists. And we made a video, like one of those Al Qaeda videos that was coming out a lot in the early 2000s. Talking about, like, if we didn't win these Guns N' Roses tickets, we was gonna kill this puppy.
Yeah. And we got the tickets. All right, we got the tickets.
Yeah, we got the tickets.
This dog's life was.
Thought you were serious, like shit.
Well, it was very intimidating. But so like during all the excitement, we got the tickets. We're going to the show. We're waiting in line all day. We're still getting pissed off with these homeless people stealing our drinks. And I had to piss like you wouldn't believe. I couldn't even move. I had to piss so bad.
I'm sorry. I'm putting myself back in the memory now.
So I had to have I had to go stand kind of angled with the car. I had to open the door and I had to,
You had me guarding you. You had me standing in front of you so that nobody could see.
No, it's not. Now when I say I pissed in a can, it's one of those twist off ones, those big Monster twist off ones. So you don't have to worry about cuts or nothing. So I filled that can all the way up.
And then I peed in it.
Yeah, I still had some to spare. I twisted the top on it. This can was like steaming hot.
I remember because the sumbitch hands it to me. He hands it to me, and it's like burning my hand, and I'm like, gross, I don't fucking want this.
So, we went into the show. So whoever had an encounter with that drink,
Oh yeah. So what we ended up doing with it was the step. There was like an up. What do you call it? Like I guess where you would like an armrest or something by the stairs. It had those brick steps with like the arm rail or whatever, and the arm rail's where we'd been sitting there drinks all day. So we just left that can right there where all the other cans they'd stolen all day was.
Yeah, we always have some kind of fun with some kind of homeless people or something. There's always something with homeless people at these shows.
They always wanted to beat us up. I don't know what the hell. Like we weren't doing anything. We never started it. I got into it with another homeless man in Atlanta in 2011 at outside the Phillips Arena, and because
I
used to have a tape of this, but I don't know whatever happened to it.
Yeah, so me and this, we're in line. We're excited for the show, and there's actually, we're just sitting there waiting in line. Then this homeless guy comes and brings a bunch of roses that he just picked like a few feet in front of us. So he's trying to sell them, and this lady gives him $1, and then he's telling her, "Hey, open that back up. Give me one of those fives in there." And then I got pissed. I went off on him about it, and then we had an exchange of words, and then next thing I know, this guy's proposing to suck my dick in front of everyone.
What's funny is the way it went down is just because, like I said, I used to have this on YouTube, and I had to delete my old YouTube channel because the terrorist video got me in trouble at work. And so I had to delete my whole YouTube channel, and that video was on it at the time. But you see them arguing back and forth, like, "Motherfucker, I'll whoop you up, motherfucker," and they just shit talking back and forth. And then all of a sudden the dude goes, "I'll suck your dick," and then Rick goes, "What?" And then he goes,
"I'm like, you win."
Okay, I thought we were gonna fight, but whatever.
You always want to get something interesting in Atlanta. That's for sure.
But man, we're sitting over here, we're having a great time reminiscing about some of the good times. But there's one show in particular that stands out in my mind above all others.
You talk about the finger?
What?
Why are you talking about the one? Are you talking about where that 24-hour prostate exam clinic that we stopped at?
No, not that one. I wasn't ready to tell that yet. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as a $10 massage. Anyway, oh man, seriously though, we gotta change the tone a little bit because I want to talk about this because I know nobody's talked to you about it yet, and only a few people know about it. And it's such a damn good story. Because everybody ended up coming out alive. Almost. So, Rick here is one of the few people in life that can say he's literally lived 2 lifetimes. Simply because we went to Chicago, Illinois. And do you remember this? There was a pay-per-view that night.
2013, yep. House of Blues.
Yeah. Now, that pay-per-view has gone off of YouTube, and I constantly say on this show, if anybody out there has a copy of this show, it's important to me, and I would love to have it, if anybody out there has a copy of it. But this is part of why. So, we go to the show. You know what? I think we should hear it from Rick's perspective. I think this would be better. I'll tell it up to the moment. And you kind of chime in and tell me what was going on, like from your perspective. So we stood in line all day. We had, it was right before, it was one of the last ones before they started the VIP thing, to where we didn't have to stand in line all day.
No, but wait, you tell them when you said stay in the line, what were the conditions of these lines that we were standing in?
Well, first it was like snowing. It was snowing outside. And then they let us in the building because they had like a restaurant there. And they let us in to stand inside because there wasn't but like three, at the time there was three of us. There would be more after the restaurant opened, but at the time there was only three of us, so they let us inside. Now while we're inside, we're standing in line waiting to get in. It's this little tiny area, and it goes from being, oh God, I don't know how damn cold, but it was snowing that day, and everything, to being like fucking hotter than chicken shit. I know that damn much. And we, being young and stupid, the only thing we had to drink all day was one Mountain Dew somebody gave us that me and Rick split between the two of us.
And the only reason why is because we didn't want to get out alive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we would never get that spot back. We were the first ones in the door. And we had earned that. We'd been there all day. And so we this was the night where the security guard comes out right before they open the doors, and he's like, "Okay, everybody, we're gonna not allow any flash photography. If you have a camera, you need to take it back to your car. And we do not allow any slash shirts. If you are wearing a slash shirt, you may take it off and turn it inside out." And then he says, "And no top hats." And then he looks at me, which that night I was wearing a cowboy hat for some fucking reason, just being an idiot. And then he looks and he gets on the microphone on his thing. He's like, "What about cowboy hats?" And then he's like, "Yeah, cowboy hats are okay."
Cosplay.
So then he goes, "So yeah, that's the only rules. No flash photography, no slash shirts. No slash, no flash." And then you see it click in his mind. Like he just realized he rhymed something, like this was the greatest thing he'd ever done. And then he starts, "No slash, no flash, no slash, no flash."
Yeah, he was pretty proud of that moment. It was
he starts dancing.
Just about.
You know, it was crazy. It was funny though, man. I always remember that too. Like when I went to these shows, you know, it's like, oh, think back to Chicago, like where you see all these people wearing slash shirts or wigs now, you know, but back in like 2012, there's no way you could get away with that at a show.
Nope, your ass would have got sent right back out the door.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, that show right there, once they let us in, it was, it was extremely, it was hot. I mean, I was burning up. And with all the excitement driving all night to get there and then or whatnot. Yeah. I mean, we were I remember just feeling like, you know, not feeling too good, you know, about halfway through the show, but I'm like, well, I'll worry about that after the show, you know, just try to enjoy it. And then Night Train came on, and
I remember this.
And then we all got really excited. Everybody's just jumping up and down, just having a good time. And then
I looked over at Rick, and I thought he was just tired. So I kind of put my arm around him and, you know, like encouraged him to jump up and down, which I would later regret.
Yeah, and then, you know, just getting into it, then they came back out for an encore, and it was during Madagascar. It was just the best way to describe it was a numb feeling. And the security guard was just staring at me, looking at me. He's like, "You okay?" And then at that point, I'm gone. I don't even know. It's like a film strip, man. It's like you cut out a big chunk right there.
Yeah.
Splice it together. My next images are me just like gasping for air back in some room.
So here's what happened on my end. I'm standing beside Rick, and Madagascar starts. I know he's not feeling good. I'm kind of looking at the stage, and we had a third so-called friend with us, who I'm still pissed off at. And so I think I was saying something to him, and then I look over to say something to Rick, and I see Rick being carried away by these group of security guards. And it ain't like he's being thrown out. No, he is. There's no life in this body. Like, it looked like a rag doll dressed as Rick being carried away. So I freaked the fuck out. I had a sign that night. I had my cowboy hat. I lost my cowboy hat on the way.
God damn.
On the way through the crowd. I never did get that back. And to be honest, like, just right now with mentioning the cowboy hat, this is the first I've thought of that. Like, I just realized, like, while we're telling the story, where I lost that hat now. So,
Shit.
I go back, and I knew that if I said he was my friend, they wouldn't tell me that. And so I said he was my brother. And I was like, no, dude, they took my brother in that room. And then this lady in white comes up to me, and she's just reassuring me. Like, she's very calm and being very sweet. Like, everything's okay. We've got it all under the control. Got what under control? And then she's like, no, he's fine. He's just in here. We're getting him some water. Everything's good. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And come to find out, they got him back there, and we found this out later because they came and talked to me at the hospital, or at the ambulance, because they still thought I was his brother. Rick had died.
Oh. Holy shit.
Rick had died, and while that lady was she was trying to keep me calm because she thought I was his brother. And which, if that would have worked out, your mama would have, because me and Rick were born like, was it 6 days apart?
Yeah, that's something crazy, man. Yeah.
Mama must have been working hard. But them energy drinks, before they banned Four Loko. But so anyway, they finally let me in, and Rick's laying on the floor, white as a ghost, and they hadn't told me he died yet. But Rick, continue from there.
It's like, seriously, the only thing that like I can remember was just gasping for air, and then they're trying to like hold me down a little bit, you know. And then I remember everybody's hands being on me, and I'm like, I didn't know what's happening. And then next thing I know, I'm like literally like just laying in the back of a ambulance.
Let me tell you what this fucker said. When I came in there and he looked at me, the first thing he looks around and goes, "Are they going to take us back to the stage?"
But yeah, like, but that story ended up having a pretty good ending though to it, because afterwards, I mean, it was. I don't even think we didn't even properly sleep that night.
Dude, I slept at the hospital. The only time you and me got separated was for a little while, and I was in the hospital, and all the doctors were surrounding you, and I kind of turned away because I could tell they were about to gown him.
Oh.
And the doctor says, "Why don't you step out over here while he gets dressed?" And I said, "Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that."
Man, I don't remember getting gowned, man. The violated.
Well, all I remember, I know a lot of the fans at the show came to the hospital, and a lot of people were there, to the point that they came and pulled me out of the room and was like, "Man, there's a lot of people here asking about your brother." And I said, "Okay, what do you want me to do about it?" And I guess they told me, I don't remember exactly what they said, but in a nice way, to get rid of them, because they were all in the waiting room waiting on us to come out, because they didn't know how bad it was. And I don't think we've ever actually told this story about how bad it was. But so we brought the guy that we rode up there with so we could make a plan to get back home. Like, they said he could have 2 visitors. And so I was like, I ain't going to say his name on here, but I brought him in there, and then we kind of made a plan for what we were going to do, because we had a hotel and everything. We had a Hilton, a goddamn Hilton, and we didn't even get to stay in.
No,
Yeah.
that shit always happens to me, man. I get a nice hotel, and I never even get to see it.
No, but
just to fuck off every time.
Now the one hotel that we got where we found the crack pipe in the syringe, of course we got to sleep in that one all fucking night long, but not the damn Hilton. That's another story for another time. But so we got our plan together, and then I don't know if anybody else came back there, but Rick gave me his phone number and told me to give his phone number to the people that were there, and he would talk to them later. And so I just said he's okay. He's had a bad night, and the doctor said he shouldn't be seeing a whole lot of people and get too excited right now because they're still figuring out what happened. I don't remember what I messed. The way I worded it was, Rick ain't coming out. Y'all need to leave, but here's how you get in touch with him. And because that really shows how good this community, the potential it has of being good people. There are good people in this community that people left the concert concerned about.
That show, I actually met a lot of people at that show that to this day I'm actually still friends with, man. So it's pretty cool. That Chicago show was probably one of my favorite ones, just because it's just the whole experience all together. It was just it was a lot of fun, And that his first Vegas residency was probably like an epic moment, because me and Dustin took over the whole the big screens on
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we they didn't do it the second night because we were there for the last two shows, and then so the first of the last shows, they had this thing where you could send your pictures to show us how much fun you've been having it here at Hard Rock or whatever. So me and Dustin, we took all these retarded pictures all day long. Just we did a Gundam style picture in the elevator. We got pictures with Beta that we posted, and they put all these pictures up on this big screen, and then you can add messages at the bottom. It said, and I wrote and I say, "Hey, this is Rick. Can someone bring me a beer, please? I'm up here in the front." I just write stupid shit like that.
I remember they retired from us for a little while and started showing other people's pictures. And then at the crawl at the bottom, you could see the messages people were texting to them. And at the crawl at the bottom, it said, "We want to see more pictures of Rick and Dustin."
So yeah, we're just so they started putting us back in rotation. But the next night, they had no pictures up there at all. Yeah. No pictures. You couldn't do that.
Do you remember the security guard that got into it with me that night?
Oh yeah, because you got pissed off because you ran, and you were running to the rail that you waited out in line all day for to get against, and he was mad at you because you ran too fast, right?
That was the next night. That was him being a dick because of how he got owned the first night with the sign. I had a sign for Tommy Stinson that said, "What's your motivation?" And I hid it in the back of my pants all night long until that song played, and then I pulled it out and held it up. And then he raised hell, and he snatched my sign away, and then Bumblefoot came over and said, "Give him back his sign." So the guy gave me back the sign, and I held it up again, and he started yelling at me and swatting at it and everything else. So Bumblefoot came over, took the sign out of my hand, and ran across the stage behind Tommy during his solo, holding up the "What's Your Motivation" sign.
I remember that. That was awesome too, man. That security guy was just he felt he had I don't even think dude even had a badge or anything, man. He just he has a little bit of he feels he has a little bit of power in it, and tries to kick everyone out he can with it. But no, but that Nashville show in 2011, you remember that was the Civil War show? Do you remember that show? Did you go to that one?
I don't know.
Was it the one where I'm trying to think did you go to the one that my brother went with us to?
Okay, no. If okay, I'm not gonna say his name. If he was there, I didn't.
Yeah. Well, because at that show right there, man, there was this guy in the front, and he reached in his pants when Guns N' Roses came on. Okay, And I'm looking at him. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? You know, like he's reaching in his pants. He throws a pair of boxers on stage at Axel.
Oh my god.
Hey, next thing I know, man, like I'm sitting there laughing the whole time thinking this is like amazing, you know? And security's over there, they're over there trying to get the guy out. They said, we saw you throw something on there. And I'm like, no, that wasn't him. That was the guy over here. And they're like, it wasn't him. And I'm like, and then the guy, the other security guard was like, no, I saw him do it. I was like, dude, it wasn't him. It was this guy back, some other guy back here. So everybody else was kind of like looking behind now, trying to, who's throwing boxers at Axel?
I believe he prefers bras.
Dude, it was straight up, man, like.
Which, to be honest, that too is gross. Because girls, I have learned since being married, don't wash those like they should. Turns out, the thing you find out about girls when you get married, Caputo, is girls are gross.
They still have cooties?
It turns out our first instinct was right.
They were real.
Well, but like all those shows right there, man, there's like there was something special about all those shows that we ended up going to because it's something funny always ends up happening with them, you know. And I remember we stood outside of Kansas City in 2011. You remember we were waiting outside, you know, it was only me and you waiting out there too, waiting because Axel's bus was still there, and we were trying to get a picture or something, you know. Well, I guess it was, you see this lady coming and bringing some dog, walking the dog, and she's nice and she waves at us, and we're just like, okay. She walks back and you see Axel walk out, and then he has a big fur coat on, doesn't even acknowledge any fans at all, just looks, and then just drives right past us.
Oh yeah, that was when we were standing. It was just you and me, and we were standing in the snow, hoping to get to meet Axel, because we found the back door. Oh,
and then
man.
We go out there and we wait all. We wait all that time to meet him. You know, and it's like we don't get to meet him. Then, like in Chicago, because we were at the hospital, he came out and he signed autographs in Chicago outside the venue. So he does. It was a hit or miss with that son of a gun. But,
I know.
But it was a lot of fun stuff with that, man. And that's with those homeless people though. But no, we're not abusing them. So I came up with this good idea though for them now. They kept asking me for money. So I had my wife, she made me a bunch of sausage balls. And then I would go, I think it was at the Nashville show I went to. So every time they come up and ask for money or something, you know, to go get something to eat, I'm like, here. I just gave them what my wife sent me a ton of snacks too. So I just kind of gave all those out, you know.
And she can cook too. So that's the best thing is I'm going to tell you, I've had your wife's food before and she's a damn good cook.
Is there anything in particular that you want to like? One more? Is there anything else you want to discuss at all? Because I'm looking. I'm actually got to get about 15 minutes. This is where the adulthood comes into play because I have to go. My bedtime's 7:30, and it's 7:00 now. So it's like, because I get up at 2 something in the morning. It sucks, but no, man. So what, man? You just if you want to end it wherever, you know, and then you guys ever need someone to talk more stories with later on, you know, be happy to do it again later.
That's fine, man. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up right now. We've still got a song to review. Like we've still got a whole show, half of the show to go. But Rick, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for doing the Bonez. I've had a blast sitting here bullshitting with you and just talking about old times and things. We didn't get to tell any Dwayne stories.
Oh god, that I've got a bunch. I found some more recordings of him too. So,
well,
about the angels and demons and stuff. Yeah,
that sounds fucking good.
Hey, if you guys ever need want to do an extra or something, I can find you all the Dwayne material you need.
Yo, Dustin got this shit.
Well, guys, hey man, I appreciate you guys having me on, and just whenever we can do it again one day, guys. And you guys have a good night, all right?
Hey, you too. Take care, Rick.
Yeah.
Thanks again, man. It was
Thanks,
a blast.
Later, guys. Thank you, man. Bye.
Hey, brother.
Rick Dunsford, everybody.
Man,
All right.
that was fun.
Did you have fun, man? You did. I'm sorry. I felt like
No.
I honestly, for a little while in that, man, I got to be honest, man. I forgot we were doing a podcast.
Dude, it's all good, man. It's like it's like two friends inviting me over and just like sharing great stories and stuff. And I'm just absorbing everything. It's cool, man. It's really cool. Like, that doesn't matter to me. It's just cool we even got him on here. And just to hear a lot of the stuff that I know you two guys have gone through, like, it's awesome. So, like, thanks, Rick, again. Like, it was really funny, man. I had a good time listening to those stories.
Yeah, Rick, when you listen to this played back, I'm going to tell you right now, man, it's been too long since we've hung out, and next time I come home, I'll be in touch with you. But Chris, I think we should we're going to take a quick break, and we're not throwing it to commercial. We're just going to take a quick break while we're taping so we can get our thoughts together. And in just a second here, we're going to check out Prowler. Oh my God, I forgot the name of the goddamn band.
Rapidfire.
By Rapidfire.
I was like, is he going to get it? Should I correct him?
I almost said by Ready to Rumble. Then I was like, no, that was the one song everybody actually heard from this record.
Yeah, that was the EP. MVP as well.
You see why I need to take a break now and collect my thoughts? We need to get back into podcast mode.
Yeah.
But, man, it's been a great show. Prowler's coming up. Just a moment. I can tell this is a garage band right from the get-go.
Yeah, this is a demo, if I've ever heard one.
Going down every night and day. I'm going to see my girl. Can't hear a thing she has to say. I'm in another world. You can fight, you can scream, you'll never get away.
What?
My eyes see through any
Took a weird turn.
on any night or day.
Okay, I don't like the direction that this is going in.
Yeah, I can understand, like, you know, like, you're in another world, can't hear a thing chef say, because, like, you know, you could be, like, on some crazy shit, like fucking or whatever. Then it's like, oh, you can fight, you can screw, what? You can never get away. I'm just like, okay.
Well, the name
Creepy
of the
vibe,
song
Axel.
is Prowler. So,
Yeah, but, like, come on, don't give me, I know it's 83, but, like, don't be a fucking rapist.
oh dear Lord, here we go.
Well, let's get back into it.
I can see you in the night.
Yeah, I don't.
There's nowhere to go. Give it up your mind tonight. 'Cause I'm the Prowler. You can't escape. There's no way out.
What the fuck?
Oh god damn.
Some the Prowler.
Okay, so in case you don't understand, folks, let's go through these lyrics just one more time here.
Mm-hmm.
You can fight, you can scream, you can never get away. My eyes see through anything, any day or night. I can see you in the night. There's nowhere to go. Give it up your mind tonight, 'cause I'm the Prowler. You can't escape. There's no way out. Nothing left to say. We're a minute and 13 seconds into this 3-minute and 31 second song, and this is rapey as fuck.
Yeah. I was gonna say, November Rain is like, doesn't sound as rapist.
Oh, dear Lord. When you really think about it, is this how he met the chick from November Rain?
Oh my god, who knows? This is just like, oh, wow.
I'm gonna tell myself.
Like, yeah, like pre-rasp Axel. It sounds like an old man with a freaking cigarette addiction.
I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of at the end of the song. We're going to listen to one more song before the end of the night. All right, here goes.
Back in.
Nothing left to say. Stick around
We do not condone these lyrics.
You can hide. You'll never get away. Might be through your broken heart on any night or day. I can see you in the night. There's nowhere to go. Give it up your mind tonight, 'cause I'm the Prowler.
Okay.
Oh god. That sinister as fuck laugh at the end.
What the fuck?
You can run, and you can hide, and you can put your fear aside.
This is just like, oh god.
Okay, at least we're seeing the Axel scream.
I've heard better.
Yeah, true. Are we in a guitar solo? Wait, I love how it goes into the Stevie Ray Vaughan-esque guitar solo after he's talking about he's gonna chase her down and rape her and shit.
What the fuck?
I can see you in the night. There's nowhere to go. Give it up your mind. Oh, your mind. Give it up your mind tonight.
All right, well that's over.
Yeah, thank god. What the fuck?
Good Lord, you talk about a fucking rape anthem.
Jeez.
Oh man, before we get into reviews, let's review the song. What do you rate it? I'm gonna give it. I'll go first this time. I think I don't remember how we did it last time.
Yeah, I'll let you go first this one.
Oh man, what's the lowest I think I'm gonna give this? Oh man,
This could be one we could our first minus star rating if we really want to go that way.
man, you know how pissed off we're gonna make some people if we give it negative stars.
This is Axel before like the greatness.
Okay.
This is shit.
I understand Axel would go on to become Axel fucking Rose.
Yeah.
This is not the man that we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a horribly written song, horribly composed. Like it sounds like, you know, like have you ever been like hanging out at the grocery store, walking to your car, and then somebody comes up and gives you their demo tape?
Yeah, or like someone's like dropping their mixtape in a McDonald's Happy Meal or something.
Yeah, and it's always like some local band that's always really bad.
Yeah.
Like that is what I think of when I heard this song, minus the rape lyrics.
Yeah, that would not fly.
Oh my God, that was rough. And dude, you know how hard we worked to get these rapid fire songs? Like how bad we wanted these, and somebody finally sent them to us.
Yeah.
Jesus. No stars. I can't do it. I can't give it anything in good conscience.
Oh man. Oh.
0. It
You're
gets
nice.
0 stars from me.
I'm trying to still think of a rating because I'm just like
there's
I'm,
nothing I can
horrified by
find
these
redeemable
lyrics.
about it. I mean, you know what I mean? If there was something, like if it had a kick-ass guitar solo. The guitar solo was kind of lame. The rhythm guitar was pretty lame. The lyrics were fucking terrifying. I mean, and not
like,
in a good way.
Yeah, I think the only redeeming quality of the song was like the first like 30 seconds, and then Axel started singing about raping a chick and being a powder.
No.
And then yeah, so I'm you know what? Fuck it. I don't even care. I'm gonna give this a -2 out of 5.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our very first negative. This is our worst reviewed song. And here we were all worried about My World.
Oh, We already know what rating that's gonna get. I'm not gonna say it yet, but
I
if
don't
you
know.
You fucking know.
This fucking made my world look like fucking Welcome to the
Bohemian
Jungle.
Rhapsody.
Oh my god. This is what it makes me think of. Have you ever heard of Foggy Windows by Unknown Henson?
I have not.
It's
Look good tonight, but it's cold here outside.
Oh, I think you
Foggy
showed me
winters
this.
have come betwixt us
I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
again. I like that dress you're wearing as I stand out here staring through foggy winters that have come betwixt us again.
That's what it's making me think of. The whole song is about that song. Let's see if it's got it doesn't tell the lyrics in this video, but there's this line about don't call the police, no need in trying. I already cut your telephone line.
Oh God.
Like, that's what that made me think of as a more serious version of Foggy Winters by Unknown Henson. And that song is called Foggy Winters, not Windows.
Mm-hmm.
He says Winders. But, like, that's different, though, because, like, it's got some vein of comedy to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, good Lord Jesus, that was rough.
Dude, this was fucking rough. Hopefully we get something better next week.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, spin the wheel.
Yeah, we'll call it. I think we deserve it at this point.
Yeah.
I need a shower.
I think I need to wash my eyes with soap. Or like laundry detergent.
Pour bleach in my ears.
Dead horse.
Ah! The gods have smiled upon us, ladies and gentlemen. This is our reward for
Alright.
for this. Getting through this tonight is next week. We get to listen to Dead Horse.
Nice. Finally a fucking GNR song.
I know, dude. Is this the first one of the year? We've talked about this and I can't remember. No, Attitude.
No, we did Attitude. So this is the second one, and it's been like almost 2 months.
Nice.
Probably by the time this airs, it's gonna be at least 2 months.
Yeah, well, this is airing in March, so.
Mm.
Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed your bonus show.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, and you don't have to wait very long. I think we're going to run this on a Wednesday, you think? Or Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, we said Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. Probably Wednesday, because I'm going to want to get this out pretty quick, because this was a good episode.
This was.
Man, thank you guys for checking out our show. Thank you for being a listener. Thank you for getting us to 100 Twitter followers. You can get us to 100 Instagram followers, and we'll do one more of these. And I know we want to get. Oh, we got to get 200 Instagram followers.
Yeah, we're like 40 away right now. So.
Oh shit, our future is it's coming then.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to thank you guys. Definitely thank Rick for coming on such short notice, because he didn't even know he was the mystery guest. So, there was a plan. There was a backup plan, but it was not needed. It wouldn't have been near as good.
Yeah. And to those asking, no, it wasn't Axel. I'm sorry, Dan.
Yeah, we cut Axl Rose off to have Rick Dunsford on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we won in the end, anyways.
We had a much better conversation. But yeah, thanks to Rick for coming on. This episode's flown by, and it's pretty long right now. It's just a normal day, but well, you ready to go home, Chris? Are we going to do an extra tonight?
You want to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up the dirt.
Yeah, so let's do it. Join us on gunsandradio.com. We're going to finish up the dirt on GN Extra. Don't want to miss that.
Damn straight. And until next time, I'm Dustin Bonez.
And I'm Chris Caputo. Peace.